Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, my voice is a little loud, I think. Might have to turn that down. You guys let me know. But whatever. Guess we'll go with this. Well, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. How y'all doing? Um, just playing a little Hunter Primal while I have a chance. Um, feel free to join the server. I think there's well, I think there's only 4 openings. Not sure though, because I forgot that the server counts as 1, so I only put 6. So that's like minus server minus me, so that only leaves 4 spots open, so I apologize for that. I don't want to do it all over again, so I mean, if you let me know how many openings you want me to put on the server. I usually put a maximum of 8 because if you go higher than that, then there's a chance that the server might crash. I mean, I would love to put 16, but I'm not sure how that would work. Now, there was a Rex up here when I was putting Cool Soul in a safe spot, so that's why I was testing out shooting the gun. You know, it was for the sound check, but I was also trying to get that Rex to come over here, but I don't hear it right now. Now I got my window open. It's a beautiful day today. It's going to be like 64 degrees. It's sunny out, no more rain. It's just a very, very nice day today. But the traffic is very loud. We got it, you know, we live on a highway, so it's like constant cars. So my hearing isn't the greatest as it is. Anyway, so I'm going to talk a little bit about you know, the news of the times, I guess you could say. Oh, wow. Donna's on. That's a surprise. Anyway, hi Don. I don't know if you're watching. But anyway, so you saw the title of my thing, Utah hate Trike, but Trike always, run to Utah for everything. So, and then all they do is lead them to T-Rex to get a free dinner. So, it's kind of that's pretty much what happens. It's like the progressives lead people to poison water all the time. The people are thirsty, you know, and they lead them to a poison well, which slowly kills them over time, in many different ways. It may not be instantly. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's a slow death. Either your mental health goes, your physical health goes, your anxiety shoots up, or you end up just being a slave worker. Like they always say, oh, you know, get people all riled up about having to work to make a wage. It's like, I think all through human history, like from the very beginning, it doesn't matter how far back you look, and it doesn't matter whether you believe in evolution or the Bible. People have always worked for their wages. It's like, I mean, even a person that starts their own business has to work to make the business grow, right? Because if they don't work to make the business grow, then they're not going to make much money or it's going to die. So it's not like the worker is the only one that has to do any labor. You know, they're like whining and crying about like the top 1%, right? Like, yeah, they have lots of money, and I wish I had all that money, but it's like, what, like, how can you blame them for all the problems in the world? The only way that they're to blame is by you voting for them, right? By you not standing up to them in a proper way. Not, oh, we're going to take all your money from you, right? Like, how is that going to help anything? I don't understand that concept either. We already tried communism, where the government runs everything, and people weren't happy. They weren't happy. And they didn't go anywhere in life. You know what I mean? Most people were stuck at home. You work, come home, work, come home, work, come home. That's it. You didn't get to really do any like real traveling or anything like that. The only people that were able to do that were the elites. So even in the communist country, the elites still were the ones who were controlling everything and were the ones with all the money. So it doesn't matter what system you get in, the elites are going to control everything. But there's a difference between socialism, communism, and a free market society. A free market society, like America was, because it's not really truly that anymore because, big tech, you know, control over everything. And, uh, the progressives, taking the rights away from individuals. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, I'm a little rusty here. And he's not really in the right position. Ah, come on. I hit him good. You saw that. I didn't miss at all. Four shots and he still didn't die. Hmm. So, so that's what happens when you don't let the market drive the economy and stuff like that. Like, When you put too much power in the corporations, which is what progressives are doing, not conservatives, right? The media is like always lying over and over about that whole situation, and the professors at colleges. So that's very annoying. That bird. um, Forgot where I was going with all this because of that Utah. I didn't. Well, anyway, whatever. That's fine. I got a 700. Whoa. Oh, okay. I'm not terribly far. Not terribly close. Well, anyway, I didn't really want to get on all that. I mean, you get the point that I'm making, right? So, no matter where you are in time, the elites are always going to control everything. But you can keep them at bay, right? By how you vote, like who you vote for. You see what I'm saying? Now the media regulating things to the utmost and allows tech corporations to just discriminate and censor whoever they want based on their political leaning, you know? So that's not freedom, right? So you can keep them at bay as long as you vote the proper people in. And, you know, I don't know what it is about people, why they're always so like, oh, come on, really? Something is not right with the server. It must be glitchy because now I'm shooting them with a 700 and they're not dying. This guy still didn't die. I mean, that's insane. Or this might be a new one, actually. I mean, so these college professors who are like these really undercover Marxists, I mean, they're actually not very undercover anymore. They're pretty open about where they're coming from now, but even they are vying for control, right? They're part of the elite system. Like they're like the marching soldiers, right? They're like the what do you call it? Like the I don't know what you call it, like the minions, right? They do the bidding of the elites who want to control. So the elites want to control. They don't care how they control. See, this is the whole like curtain situation here that people don't see because there's a curtain. The elites don't care how they control you. They'll go through a, a, a totalitarian system, an authoritarian system. They'll go through just a socialist system, which I would say is totalitarian as well. But some people, whatever, they say, well, not really, because we're just worried about the social programs. Well, that's just the talking points, right? But that's not what ends up happening. I mean, Europe is a mess. People on Twitter will say, "Oh, everything's great in Europe," but it's not. There's a lot of unhappy people. And if you really talk to people in Europe, like not Twitter robots, but real people, then they're going to tell you that, you know, yeah, they might like the healthcare and all that stuff, but at what price? They pay super high taxes. Everything's very expensive there. Right? Now their wages might be higher, who knows? I mean, but still, they're still paying a lot of money. Most people, I've heard people say that they're touting this whole green energy thing, but most people can't afford the electric vehicles. So what does that leave you with? Like Canada wants to go, I don't know, I could be wrong about the date, but it's not far from now. I think it's 2030 or 2035. Like not far from now, they want to be all electric vehicle, right? Like within 10 years or so. I'm like, think about that for a second. No gas vehicles. I mean, that's at least what was said. I don't know. I didn't look into like the actual, you know, fine detail of it. I'm sure there's going to have to be some exceptions because you just can't, you know. Where am I at here? My body's over here. Okay. I mean, that's just, I mean, ridiculous. And then think about that for a second. Hey, Echo, what's up? I know that I'm always talking about this stuff, but I want people to think. Like, I am not against electric stuff. I've always like been fascinated with solar panels ever since I was a kid when I first heard about them. Oh, that's neat. You can get electricity directly from the sun, like literally directly. So, but to me, it was just a source of electricity, right? Not like a replacement for electricity, right? So as time went on and I was hearing more and more of this rhetoric about sustainability, um, climate change, doomsday, I mean, then I started seeing it for what it was. It's political. It's not about saving the planet. It never is. That's all these activists. It's never about saving anyone. I mean, look, the Democrats hijacked the civil rights movement, even though they were the ones voting against it, the Civil Rights Act, for like well over a decade since it was presented to them back in the 50s. So they figure, okay, we're losing popularity. Um, People like Malcolm X, who has a big following of the black community, is talking against us. And yes, I just said that Malcolm X was not fond of the Democrats at all. In fact, he spoke very lowly of them. So, because he saw them for what they were. So, they end up hijacking everything good and then try to say that they're the ones who are championing, these causes and stuff. Right? Like slavery. That was Christians who were really pushing that were activists back then pushing to free the slaves. It was not progressives. Progressives were all about evolution and putting people on like some kind of a scale. Like the white people were up here and the black people were down here with the animals. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. That's not a conservative viewpoint. Despite what you might be told. I mean, I consider myself more conservative now than I did just 5 years ago. Okay? But nonetheless, I'm still a middle guy. Right? I'm just middle of the road. I just want everyone to have freedom. I want everyone to have their own individuality. I want to be able to start a business if I want to without having the government, you know, regulate me to death. You know what I mean? That's the kind of citizen that I want to be. You do you, I do me, but don't step on me. You know, there has to be a line drawn where you live the way you want to live, but don't force me to live the way you want to live. You know? And this whole thing about like, I don't know, zero CO2 emissions stuff. I mean, that's just all dumb. It doesn't make any sense at all. You don't need to do that. I mean, and I'm not going to get into that because I've already talked about that plenty before. So, it doesn't matter what system the elites want to use to control you. They're going to use whatever works for the time. So they saw that the identity politics works. How do they know it works? Because it works in China. It works in Venezuela. They destroyed that country. you know, by making it socialist. It was one of the richest countries in the world 15, 20 years ago. Now look at it. It's $30 for a burger, fries, and a drink, and people can't afford it there. But you know who's doing well there in Venezuela? Can you guess? In that wonderful socialist utopia, it's the elites. They're doing just fine because they're still the millionaires and billionaires, except they're just sitting on all that money and investing it elsewhere. And they're selling all the oil there to guess who? China. And I don't know who else. They could be selling it to, other countries that, are not really friendly to the world. But there's a lot of Utah out here, man. So don't be fooled by all this wonderful talk. Look at this bird always has to come when Utah are here, right? Come on, hurry up. Really? 2 shots right to the chest. Should be dead. Yeah, so don't be fooled by all this. I mean, people have been fooled now for decades, and they still don't get it. All this talk about saving the planet and equality and all that stuff. They don't care about that. They've only been using that as a stepping stone to keep gaining more power. And they will, I guess. I mean, they're going to win in the end, I guess. I don't know. If not, like I said before, what's going to happen is the conservatives have always been kind of cool. They aren't like the progressives who just trash talk everybody and are just like disrespectful and have no regard for human life. They don't, because you don't discount one life to uplift another one. That's evil. That's not good, you know? So the conservatives eventually are going to get really angry. And then what we're going to have is the flip side, right? Where the conservatives now get so pissed off that they're going to like make things so tight if they get into power that it's going to be the same as the progressives, if not worse, because they're going to be like, well, we can't let this happen anymore. You see? Now, I'm not saying don't vote conservative, because what side would you rather have? But it's you want to have to worry about remembering 100 pronouns and 100 types of genders. I mean, think about that. This is the generation we're living in. I mean, can you just think about that for a second? Pretty crazy. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. What I want to talk about is energy. Okay? So, you know, Putin invaded Ukraine. Okay? That's kind of a sucky situation for the Ukrainians. And that's only because um hold on, let me drop this. And I don't want to get into the war because I'm not really. That's not my reason for talking here. Where's my hat? I gotta use this thing. Okay, we already heard enough about the war. Okay, war sucks. All right, so I'm not, you know, really concerned one way or the other, except that I don't like to see people get killed. It doesn't matter who it is. See, I'm not hateful like the progressives are. They're hateful. They don't care about you and me. People who love freedom, people who love to just be our own self. You know, we believe in individuality. You know, they don't. Okay, they believe that you have to be their way or you don't deserve to live. I mean, really, that's the doctrine. You know. Now, you might have a regular person who's a progressive, just a whatever you want to say, a normie who says, "Oh no, I don't think so. I care about you." You know, blah blah blah. Yeah, but that's what they're making you to believe. Yeah, but if you're voting progressive, then you don't care about me. Right? Because you don't care about how I think. You don't care about my freedom, my individuality, my free speech, my right to bear arms, my constitutional rights. You only care about your rights and what you care about. Okay? So there's no there's no compromise there, do you see? So I wanted to talk about energy. So Biden and the media have been lying quite a lot about the whole energy situation, right? So, and it's got a thunderstorm now, right? No ammo. Nope. Oh, I gave him the majority. So the United States, the reason why the gas prices are up high is not because of the war. Okay, we're paying, I don't know, I've heard people paying up to $7 in some states. We're at about $4 a gallon, which is almost twice as much as we were paying when Trump was in office. Okay, so you're paying 2 times the price to fill up your tank, just about, in New Jersey. We've always had kind of the cheaper gas out of everyone. I'm not sure why, but I think it's just because we're on the coast and the oil probably comes in, you know, in the, you know, on the in the harbor, I guess, or whatever. So, but we used to have refineries here, and that's why it was really cheap. But you know, of course, the refineries closed down because of the progressive policies, because of the globalist policies, and they ended up shutting down the refineries, and China came in and bought up all those refineries. Okay, they didn't buy them up to refine here. They bought them up and took all the equipment to their country. Okay? So now they're refining oil in their country. How is that helping climate change? Tell me that. But anyway, I digress. There's a Rex here. So, in the United States, technically, we do not need to buy anything in regards to energy stuff from anyone. We could do practically every kind of energy source here, right? No. Why did you do? Whoa. Oh, wow. He shot, and that made it frenzy. I guess Mr. Duck doesn't realize that. You can't have two people shooting it. If I was just shooting it, then it wouldn't have frenzied. But since he was shooting it, it'll frenzy. Because that takes it out of the rest period automatically. Right? Because they have a kind of action they do. They run, they rest, they roar, they run, they rest, they roar. You see what I'm saying? So when you have somebody else shooting, when you have someone else shooting the Rex, it takes it out of that whole, you know, mechanism or whatever you want to call it. So, does this have the sight in there as well? I don't know. Does this bundle have everything? Oh yeah, it does. Nice. So again, this is how we know that the progressives are not sincere in what they say, because they were whining and crying about Russia, right? That Trump was in bed with Russia, and of course, you know, to one extent or another, that was disproven, you know. But we have to be careful that all of our leaders are in cahoots with each other, okay? So keep that in mind. All the world leaders talk to each other, okay? So don't be fooled again into thinking that, oh, Russia's so bad, you know, Putin's so bad. Obama was talking to Putin. Bush was talking to Putin, right? Clinton was talking to Putin. So it's like even Trump was talking to Putin. He was talking to China too. I mean, again, don't be fooled into thinking that they're not all part of that elite system. They are. Now they might do what they do as far as if they become leaders, right? They're going to do whatever they feel like doing. So Putin, by what he's saying, he wants to take back Ukraine. Okay, because whatever, you know, history and other things that he's been seeing going on there that are bothering him, and the whole UN, you know, thing. So you can not believe that if you want to. Like the media is saying that he's just lying about all that stuff, but whatever, that's what he's saying. So unless I talk to him personally, I have to at least take it for face value. I can't just like believe the media because they tell me, "Oh, that's not why. He's just he's just a mean old man." You see what I'm saying? It's like that's not an argument, you know? So because he was saying he used the word Nazification, right? Which was weird. Even when I saw it, it was weird, right? So I looked into it, and if you look into it, rather than like just be the puppet, right? That just listens and moves however the progressives tell you to move. Look very carefully at the groups that were in Ukraine and the ones that worked with the military and the ones that worked with the government, and look at the leader himself, right? Zelensky. Look at what he wears and look very closely. Okay? And you will see Nazi symbols all over the place. They may not be like flashed in your face, but if you look carefully, they're there. So, is Putin really crazy? I don't know. You know? So you have to do your own research. I'm not saying that killing Ukrainians is good. It's not. I don't like war at all. Period. I don't believe that that's a way that you're supposed to settle your differences. But again, like I said before, if you have a dog that's not your friend and you back him up into a corner, the dog is going to bite. And this is what the UN was doing, or the European Union was doing. NATO, if that's what you want to say. But you might as well say the European Union because they all let it happen. And you could say America too, right? And I'm not going to get into that whole thing. That's what they want. They wanted Putin to react. So they got what they wanted. And now they're like acting like, "Oh no. Oh my, poor Ukraine," when they're the ones who wanted it to happen. So anyway, back to energy independence. So the reason, again, here in America, the progressives make it very difficult for gas companies to just do what they do. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm for like the gas. You know, the rich and the powerful, right? But that's that's who controls the whether we like it or not, people who control the oil and gas are rich. But you have to understand that it's also millions of investors, you know? And a lot of those investors are regular people, right? This guy don't want to die, huh? This server is definitely bugged. These people just are not dying. Going after Mr. Duck. Oh, my goodness. He's coming back. Really? Well, this is the most that I've ever died for a long time. The server is bugged or something. Come on. Ah, it went out for a second. Oh man, I don't know what's going on here, man. Now I got 2 bodies to recover. But something's definitely not right here. I don't know what's going on. The game keeps minimizing. Yeah, that she tricked me there. Thought it was going for him, and then it ends up turning around for me. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna run out of money soon. Gonna definitely run out of money. I gotta get some. Yeah, I'm definitely running out of money. Wow. Ah, I forgot health potions. Crap. Or health vials. Okay. Wow. Okay. Gonna try again. Okay. How did I get a 700? Did I buy a 700? I didn't really want to. Anyway. I guess I have one. All right, so yeah, so I mean, we could keep building the pipeline. They wanted to build a pipeline from wherever it was, Pennsylvania to New England, right? And this was before Trump, okay? Before Trump. And that would have made it so that New England can buy cheap gas from Pennsylvania, right? But instead, because they didn't build the pipeline, they have to truck it or they buy from Russia. Okay? Now they were going to build the pipeline up to Canada, and then Biden stopped it. That would have made it so that we were even more energy independent and traded with Canada easily. But now we have to truck it all over the place and or buy from Russia. Okay? So the progressives whine and cry about Russia, but yet they're okay with buying from Russia. So how does that work? And it's like, are people like so blind that they don't see? What it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't understand it really. I'm not a really smart guy. I mean, I wouldn't say I was very smart, but it's like, isn't it obvious by now? Like, hasn't the wool come off of the wolf by now? It's like we could be paying cheap. We could be paying for gas at $2 a gallon. You know what I mean? And technically even less, but whatever. I'd be happy to get back to $2 a gallon. Okay? But we haven't seen that in a very long time because of the progressive policies or the globalist policies, because I can't just say it's progressive. It's been the rhinos too, the fake conservative Republicans, who are basically just might as well be conservatives. I don't know about this thing, man. Everything feels like it, for some reason everything feels like it's in slow motion. I don't know why, but it just does. Maybe it's because I don't play this much anymore. I mean, it is a slower game, obviously. There's no doubt about that, you know? No doubt about that. Okay, so let's try this again. I don't know. It won't die. So the media is just like totally lying through their teeth about why gas prices are high, why inflation is high. You know, when Trump was in office, and it doesn't matter what you think of the guy, he was running the country the way it should have been ran. And the progressives did nothing but fight against them on that. Okay? And the media. Like, Trump was doing a lot of good things for people and the economy. So, again, that was something else that it's like, when you see the contrast between when Trump was in office and now, how can you, in your mind, say that Trump was the problem? How? When there's no evidence of that at all. Like, zero. I mean, I already knew back then, but now it's like should be literally night and day. That clear. You know? So I was talking about electric cars in the beginning, which ties into this whole energy thing. And like a lot of people don't know about California and their power outages and brownouts and all that stuff. You can look into that yourself. You know, because they're trying to go green, but it's not green. It's a hassle. It's complication. It's burdensome. You know, and then California goes and tries to pass a law that they're going to tax people who have solar panels at their house now. Like they were whining and crying about everybody getting them, and then now they want to pass something that's going to tax you because you have it now. I mean, it's like... And what? People are still going to go, oh, yeah, we're going to sacrifice. We have to sacrifice for the betterment of the planet. Yeah, we'll pay more tax, more money to the government so they can spend it on whatever and however they want. They can take our money so they can just waste it away and it doesn't help anybody. Oh yeah, I'm so virtuous. I'm helping the planet. How? Hey Christy, what's up? So, electric cars, right? So there's Canada and I don't know, there's like one or two other countries that said that they want to go all electric vehicle by a certain year, right? No more gas powered engines, at least for the common people, okay? Because I can't imagine them getting rid of it for everything, but whatever. So just think about that for a second. There's millions of cars on the road right now, okay? Imagine 10, 20, 30 million electric vehicles on the road, okay? If it even gets that high, and I'll get to that point later if I don't forget. Now, in a regular car, you have a battery that's like this big, okay? That big. Okay, just get that in your mind. It's only about, 12 inches high, 18 inches long. That's the biggest battery, so I'll just go by the biggest one or whatever, My dimensions are off, but you get my point, right? I don't know what. Is this mine or his? That's not mine. Okay, let me... Now, think about that. Now, a car, a electric car, I don't know how all of them are built, but I'm just gonna just say whatever. Again, you're getting my point. once I get done. Which way am I facing here? I can't tell. Oh, there we go. Basically, in an electric car, you're sitting on the battery. Okay, if that's how they're built. Maybe they're in the back, I don't know, but whatever. I've seen some that were designed where you sit on the battery. So 2/3 of the vehicle, the battery takes up. Okay? That is a lot of battery. So that's like having, I don't know, 100 of these regular car batteries that we have now in the car. So you're going from one battery to, say, 100. Okay? Now they're obviously bigger batteries, so it's not 100 batteries, but I'm just saying it's like having 100 of these little batteries, right? So so now you go from this much waste to this much waste. And you probably can't see it because I'm zoomed in on the camera, I guess, right? Yeah, you can't see because I mean, and I can't even extend my hands probably as far as the batteries go. Okay? So you're going from 100 batteries to or one battery to 100 batteries of waste. Okay? Now, those batteries can be probably refurbished to a certain extent. So let's just say that you refurbish it, say, one time. Okay, each cell I'm talking about. I don't really know how they refurbish batteries, but, it seems like a very tedious task, but I don't know. But let's just say that you can. Uh-oh, who's that? Somebody's took my stuff? I hope not. Anyway, because I just bought that 50 caliber. So, I don't even know where I died now. I gotta find the other bag. Hmm. Where am I at here now? I'm very disoriented. I should have looked at where I was. Where the heck am I? So, imagine the amount of waste that you're going to have with 20, 30 million electric cars on the road. And that's just the battery. Now, electric cars are going to be upgraded constantly, right? Because technology, as far as chips, are going to always be upgraded, refined, and the other stuff will be obsolete, right? So you're always going to have to upgrade the systems in the car. So I would say that the vehicles are only going to use the same systems like for about 7 years, and then they're going to have to go to a whole new system, or maybe even more often because they have to worry about hacking and stuff like that. So they're going to have to constantly do upgrades that are going to keep, try to stay one step ahead of the hackers because they're definitely going to be hacking. Them hackers are going to be having fun with electric cars. And then people are going to be sabotaging them, right? They're going to find a way to short out the whole system somehow. So, um, but the amount of waste that's going to be produced with all these electric vehicles and all these solar panels and all these windmills, and then you're going to need to do what? You're going to need to clear out land and lots to accommodate hooking up the electric cars to charge, right? So all these charging stations are going to come up all over the place. right? And then, because if you don't want long lines, you're going to have a gigantic charging lot. Because imagine just having a charging spot that has 4 spots. You're going to have like a line of people waiting to fast charge. So now you got to waste a half hour, hour, or more of your life to try to get a fast charge. And then you got to sit there and wait a half hour for it to charge up or whatever you got to do. Okay? And then the other thing that nobody's talking about is affordability. And that's what I was telling you about earlier in Europe. A lot of people can't afford the electric cars. So how do you expect most of the population to afford an electric car later? Right? So all the wages increases and all the equality pay that you got is going to be now you being in debt. Right? They're going to clear the student loans so all the banks get a free ride, right? They get paid off. Wow. Hooray for the banks. Woo! Our friend, right? Stock market crash 2008, right? All these companies, financial companies get off the hook again. And now they get to like give everybody loans for these electric cars at high interest because most people won't get a good interest rate. So now you're going to have an electric car, woohoo, but you're going to be in debt paying who knows how much, $200, $300, $400 a month to pay for a $50,000 electric car. And don't get excited about Elon Musk and his cheap car. Because if you buy one of those, you might as well have a motorcycle. Because they only get like 160 miles to the charge. So that's definitely only going to be like go to work and back. You're not going to be able to take that on vacation and go all over the place with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to get to hunting here, but I need to find my the bag, but I hear it, but I can't see it. Okay, so this isn't my right body because I need my 50 caliber. Ah, there we go. Yeah, he can have that because I got enough here. So I mean, this whole electric revolution. You know, I have no problem, like I said before, with electric vehicles and solar panels and all that stuff. I'm all for having a diversity of technology and a diversity of energy production. But when you want to just like take away oil, natural gas, and all that stuff, like, you know, this is the weird thing. Like, the United States, we have been always the leader in reducing our emissions, right? But of course, now it's CO2. CO2 is the demon, right? The emissions are no longer a problem. But now they have to make another demon because the CO2. So that's what they're demonizing now. And we have to like bow to Mother Earth to save her, otherwise she's going to disappear, you know. Although, you know, that's just a bunch of baloney. You know, more CO2, more green, right? And I'm going to bring up one more point here. So, if you believe in evolution, then you believe that the Earth was warm in the past, right? Warmer. And I don't know how. I mean, they keep saying that like the coal and the oil. You know, there was over time swampy areas died and more sediment came over top, and then an ocean came, and then you know you had a swampy area again, and then that stuff died when it dried out, and there was like this process of over and over and over. Okay, but that really doesn't work for a lot of different reasons. If you have a coal seam and an oil field, you would have to have millions of tons of organic material piled up on top of each other in order to produce that much, right? A little thin layer is not going to do it. You know what I mean? So they haven't really been honest about that, or at least the evidence we know now, it doesn't work as a slow process. Okay, it had to be a catastrophic event that buried tons and tons and millions of tons of organic material and then got buried over, right? That deposited organic material and that got buried. And then as the weight of the ground pushes down on that, you know, it produces the oil over time, which now we know doesn't take millions of years. Okay? It happens very quickly. It can happen in a very short period of time, in just hundreds of years, depending on the amount of pressure that's being put on the material. Okay? So, as an evolutionist, you believe that the Earth was warm back then, and the oil and coal and all that was produced, and all that carbon was locked in somehow, even though it doesn't make any sense by their paradigm because of the ice age coming and all that stuff. So, if you believe in the Bible, okay, then you believe that there was a worldwide flood, and that is definitely 100% possible since 2/3 of the planet is covered in water. Okay? So that's not like dumb to think. So if you believe in the Bible and believe in the flood, then you believe that there was millions of tons of debris buried instantly by mud deposits. Right? And that's what we see anyway. So believing that is not, you're not a crazy person. Okay? Because that's what we see. That's what geologists see. They just don't want to tell you that. That's what scientists see. That's what you see. If you go to the Grand Canyon, what do you see? Mud deposits. You don't need to be an expert. You can see the layers, right? And the layers go from fine to coarse, which is how you would see it if it was natural. God, I hate that gun. So the point I'm trying to make with that, what I'm saying right now, is if the Earth was warmer by several degrees back in the day, and life was thriving, right? Isn't that what we were taught in class? I don't know. Whatever I had. So, okay, so if the Earth was warmer and everything was thriving, I mean, we could see that, right? By the fossils. The animals were bigger, which means they were eating well. The plants and trees were bigger, which means they were growing well, right? So they claim that Antarctica was a tropical paradise at one time. I mean, so it's like, why are you upset that the Earth is getting warmer? Right? With the coal and the petroleum, all you're doing is releasing the CO2 that was trapped, right, in the ground when you had these catastrophic events. And when that happened, if you look at the timeline, an ice age happened. so so you would think that you would want to go back to the way it was when the earth was warmer, when it was lush with green and herbage and animals were thriving, right? But oh my God, if people are in that environment, they won't survive. They can't survive in a green, lush, wonderful environment. No, can't do it. So you see what I'm saying? None of their argument makes any sense at all. And you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a scientist. They keep saying that, oh, you don't understand because you just don't know what you're talking about. You know, like, if there was no climate doomsday back then and it was a lot warmer, then why would there be one now? Right? Because all we're doing is just putting back to the environment what it lost. We're not adding anything new. Right? We're not bringing oil and natural gas from some other planet out in the galaxy and transporting it here and adding to the environment, adding to the planet what wasn't there before. You see? Just like volcanoes, when they spew out all this like toxic fumes, nobody's going, oh my God, we better cap all the volcanoes before it's too late. No, it's just spewing into the atmosphere what's already in the planet. And what will happen with that is it will spread out, it will be turned into acid rain or whatever happens, and then it will seep into the atmosphere, drowned, or into the ocean, and it will get neutralized over time. Because that's what the planet is. It's a recycling machine. It's a gigantic recycling mechanism. So yes, a volcano might erupt. That might affect things for a short time. But over time, everything is equalized. Okay? Or only the harmful things are sifted out, and only the things that are good remain. That's how the planet works. So there is no doomsday coming. Because the earth will take care of itself. And human beings are not stupid. They will adapt to whatever comes. Just like we've always done for thousands and thousands of years. Right? Thousands and thousands of years we have adapted. The Mediterranean used to be sopping wet. right? Egypt was sopping wet. Now it's drier. There's other places that were dry, but now are wet. So people adapted. So it's like I don't understand like what all the whining and crying is about. As if we're stupid. All of a sudden. Humans are dumb. We can't adjust to any changes. But the changes are not going to come the way that they're saying they're going to come. It's just not going to happen. You know? It's just about the whole thing about, all the cities are going to be underwater. Well, you know why some of them are going to be underwater is because they were built below the water table. So this is the joke that's coming, right? You are not going to eat me this time. So they're going to use cities like Miami, New York City, New Orleans, and all the probably the dozens and dozens of other cities where they built under the water table like fools. Um, they're going to use them as their see we told you so, and that's only me saying that if the waters do rise. Okay, because for Miami to kind of go underwater and New York and all them, it doesn't need to rise that much. You know what I'm saying? So most of these coastal towns are built either at the water table or below. Right? So that's foolish to begin with. I mean, that's the problem, not climate change. Right? And we see that already because when you have a storm, what happens? Well, all those towns are underwater. Right? So I don't see anybody like whining and crying about, "Oh my God, what are we going to do? We're underwater." What happened to Mr. Duck? He left. No, what do people do? They live with it. They adjust. They have insurance. That's the whole reason for insurance. You know? But it's like they're like just constantly bombarding the students with like this horrific tale of the future. And that if they don't do anything, they're going to be to blame for all the calamities that happen. Now, the Bible says there's going to be calamities that are going to come, but it's not going to be because of climate change. It's going to be because the Bible said they're coming, right? Because we're getting closer and closer to the end. So Christians are not going to be surprised, or they shouldn't be surprised, at the negative things that are going to come. I mean, but they're blind too, half of them. So they're going to be like, oh my God, too, because they're being sold the pack of lies. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not for war. I feel for Ukraine. But Putin might have been reacting to things that he actually saw, that were actually happening. So, yes, you may not like Putin, but his justification for going into Ukraine to him might have been clear and true, based on what he was seeing and based on how NATO was behaving. So you can't discount facts. Not condoning anything, not condoning the war, but remember the EU did nothing to stop it, and they saw it coming. Right? And Putin was saying it for years. That Russia was felt that they were being threatened. So, what do you do? You know? Now you want to just totally demonize the guy with no context. That he's just some madman that just decided to just kill people or invade a country. It's like, well, oh my goodness. I don't know, man. Why does this keep minimizing? What happened to Mr. Duck? He's AFK. But anyway, the whole energy situation, Europe is whining and crying about Putin, but they're buying all their, a good majority, if not all of it, of their fuel supply from Putin. And then the United States here, the progressives are whining and crying about Russia, but they're okay with buying natural gas from Putin. They were okay with that forever. Now all of a sudden they want to make it political and say, "Oh my God, bad Russia," even though we haven't done anything in the past to really do anything to hurt them. And Biden, Joe Biden, it's from, the dealings that they had with Ukraine and Russia. The Bidens never had a problem with working with Russia and the oligarchs there. So he's either a liar or a hypocrite. Which is worse? You know what I mean? Which is worse? And again, I'm not saying I'm special. I'm nobody, you know? But these are the people that are touting themselves as the saviors of you, the saviors of humanity. That, oh, we're looking out for your greater good and all this other stuff. But none of it makes sense, and behind the scenes, they're just part of the problem. Or they're at least in bed with those who they are calling the devil and taking kickbacks. So, I say, if you've been voting progressive, then keep voting for people that hate you. And also, spread hate. Because it's not the conservatives that are spreading the hate. Now, I can tell you that some of them are getting very angry by now because their voices are not being heard. See, the Jewish nation, where is he anyway? Where is Don? I don't know where Don is. I don't even see him anymore, do I? Yeah, he's on there. Where the heck is he? What? Oh, he's way up there. Oh, wow. He's right there. Swamp, huh? Whew. That's far. So, you know, this is why we got the homeless problem. It's not because of inequality or unequity, as they want to say now. Not because of racism, but it's because they don't want to take care of the drug addicts, the mentally ill, and the veterans, you know, who suffer. They don't want to speak up for the nuclear family, which helps actually raise a more stable, create a more stable family and childhood upbringing versus single parenthood, you know? Um, because even though a mother might raise a single parent well, the, 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 the child that grows up didn't grow up with a parent, so they don't know the role of that parent. So they're missing something in their mind, right? They're missing a perspective in their brain, and that makes them susceptible, right, to be manipulated, to be deceived, because they don't have a particular perspective, right? So God made a male and a female and a husband and wife for a reason. It's for stability, and it's for a balance of perspective. You know, God is not dumb, right? So he knows what works best. You know, it's like a car that runs only on four cylinder that run or six cylinder that's only running on three. You know, you only have half of the engine running. You know, half of it working. That's not a good example, but whatever. You know, so from a psychological standpoint, having a nuclear family is best. So, you know, I can go on and on and on about all that. But this is why we have these problems. Because the progressives want to make this whole new construct of family, of society, of the individual, right? And dare I say, there is no individual from a progressive perspective, right? It's only what we say goes, and that's it. Now, a person may lie to themselves and say, oh, I'm being an individual because I'm being who I want to be. Right, but you won't let that person over there be who they want to be. Right? So that's not respecting the individual. That's only respecting your way of thinking. That's not freedom. Oh, I missed that old weapon. I haven't did it in a while. So, anyway, that's all I got to say. Maybe I just say the same things over and over again, but that's just because I don't know, man. All I can say is the Bible was 100% correct. That the whole world will wander after the beast. And this is not a progressive versus conservative thing, right? Because even on both sides, they're denying God, they're accepting evolution. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, that's what created this whole problem to begin with, right? Once you push God out of the picture, then chaos ensues, confusion, because you're no longer following a logical way of thinking, you know? You no longer have balance. And the Bible, the principles that are taught in the Bible bring balance, right? Now you might say, well, the Bible doesn't want us to be gay, and the Bible doesn't want us to, whatever, drink alcohol. Well, that's true, but why does it speak against that? Because it cares about your health, right? Balance. It all involves balance. I mean, do you want to grow up and have a liver a bad liver that's gonna kill you? Do you want to grow up and get lung cancer? Do you want to grow up and get, heart disease, a stroke? I mean, it's like, and this is my point. When you throw the Bible and God out of the picture, you're not thinking right. And I'm not saying that I follow the Bible to the perfectly. I have a lot of problems in my life. My mind is still quite messed up in a lot of areas. But I'm improving over time, you know, and I don't deny the wisdom that's in the Bible. I may not always follow it when I should. I may not always make the right decisions when I should because I let myself get in the way, but I don't deny it. There's wisdom in the Bible. It brings balance, right, to a person, to humanity. It 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 brings good health, right, and a clear mind. So it's like, you can criticize it all you want, but you can't say it's bad because it's not bad. Because everything that's in there is good for people. You know what I'm saying? So, so all this stuff that's going on is just confirming. Where am I going? What the Bible is saying. I am like totally disoriented in this game for some reason. Okay, now I am going the right way. Okay. It's just I don't know. I guess I gotta go down here further. So I see I lost some subscribers. And I guess I should expect that because I'm not putting out videos as much as I used to. And of course I'm talking about current events, which some people don't like to hear. So I apologize, but it's somebody's got to say something. I mean, we cannot just sit back and give ourselves up to these elites who don't care about us. They just want more control. That's all it is. And don't think that these progressives, again, don't have some kind of religious force behind them, because they do. It's not a political movement, it's a religious movement in disguise. And I'm telling you that. That's the truth. I missed my turn. I should have went that way. Crap. Wait. I am going. Wait. Yeah, this game, it can be so disorienting walking around this game. I don't hear anything. It's just a walking simulator right now. Yeah, so anyway. Not this time. So, you know, if you like video listening, tell me your comments. Tell me what you think in the comments. You know, share this with other, you know, freedom loving, individual loving people, you know? Because this is what it's about. We're losing our freedom. You know, we're being oppressed, forced to do things that are not really necessary. People, you know, that want to take your hard-earned money to meet their agenda. I mean, is that what you want? And they want to all put it in the name of saving the planet when that's not what's going to happen. Nothing like that is even going to happen. It's not going to. You don't have to save the planet. The planet's not doomed. The only way it's doomed is from the biblical perspective, that the world will end soon. You know, when Jesus is coming again. So that's it. You don't need a scientist to tell you that. Nothing they do is going to stop that from happening. They want to make a one world government, and the Bible says it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It says one nation will not cleave against to another. You know, there will not be any more one world empire. It always kind of seems like they're getting there. They always seem like they get close, but then something happens, right? In the end, they're going to try to do it again, and then boom, the bomb is going to drop. So it's like, it's not going to happen. Like here, they're trying to extend NATO and the EU. And what happened? Well, England pulled out, and now Russia is fighting against NATO. Like, I mean, that's really what they're doing. They're not fighting NATO, but they're fighting against it, the expansion, right? Oh, I hear a Rex. This is probably not a good rock. Come on, don't go away. He's going to see me before I have a chance to get on that rock. I got to stay below it, below the rock. Oh boy, not good. Spine shot. Come on. I know it's hurt. Surprised it's not more hurt. There you go. Got it. So anyway, like and share and all that good stuff. Sorry, Christy. Yeah. All I can say is that the save file is a good one. It means that when you log in, you're going to see stuff on your character. And then when you log out and log back in, your stuff should be there. You know what I mean? Like it won't like send you, it won't like make you level 0 like a lot of people are having a problem with, or they lost all their stuff. You know, that's of course, I guess, if your game is not messed up in some way, you know what I mean? So, you know, I can't verify that, you know, like if your game was something wrong with your game or something, you know. But yeah, but go ahead and try it. That's all I can tell you. It's a level 50 character, so you know you'll be maxed out as far as your level. And there's guns and ammo, but I don't know what kind is on there. And I believe there's money as well. I think there should be something. I like this compound. Yeah, it's going to be like 65 degrees today, or close. Next week, they said it's going to be 80. Wow, that's nice. New Jersey has the strangest weather, I'll tell you. Oh, got it. Nice. I'm getting my mojo back. Takes a little while every week. Oh, wow. What you got here? More. Seems pretty quiet right now. There's got to be some. There's got to be some Utah over here or something. My wife has a laptop. It's a good laptop. It's got a nice i5 10th gen chip in it. It has an onboard. It has a IGP. But you know, it's just the, you know, whatever, the UHD graphics or whatever. I tried playing a game yesterday and it was just like, really like it wasn't a good experience. Let me put it that way. And I tried I tried to see if I could turn down the resolution to like 480p, but it wouldn't even allow, the game wouldn't even allow me to go that low. So that's kind of weird. I didn't know that there was a limit, like a bottom. that you can go. I thought you can go as low as you can go, you know, but apparently not. Some games prevent you from going below 720. Oop, I hear a Rex. I hear a Rex. I heard the breath. I hear the little velociraptors too. Yep, there's a Rex. Come on. Trying to get it to come over here. I should hear it stomping soon. There it comes. Come on, Rex. This is my domain. I hear a Utah also. There might be two. I might have heard another Rex. And I always stop. He's stuck in the tree. Oh my God. I'm stuck in the tree. Yeah, that was not a good spot. The Rex would have came right in there. Hello. Dang on. Got him. Nice. Beautiful. 3 shots instead of 2, but I'll take it. Uh-oh, little guys are here. I'm surprised there's no Utah over here, you know? Just one? Thought I saw something over here. Could have been just that lightning. Let me make a big boom. See what we got over here. Come on, rain, stop. I hear them. Here they come. Okay, what I'm gonna do, although I don't have a lot of ammo, I was gonna try to pick them off with the sniper rifle here. But I need to find a good spot. I don't see them yet. They might be down below though. Oh, look at this. They're up here already. Wow. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yeah, they must be down below. Well, that wasn't a good spot, was it? Not a good spot for me to be in. They were all down below, huh? Hmm. Whoa! Oh boy. Not good. Oh, oh my God. Oh my lord, I'm gonna die. Oh no. No. Oh my goodness. Again. It's the most I've ever died, I think. Besides, like, the very beginning. And I don't usually die that way. I'd rather die at the hands of a Rex. Boy, I'm running out of money. Should buy some more of this, but I don't know if I'm going to get my body back. I guess we'll find out. I guess I'll just try to go with the shotgun. I wonder if I'm going to be in the woods. Oh, yep. Wow. Oh, I didn't buy an axe. Crap. Whoa. Wow, I'm really far away. I better do good with these, I only got so many bullets here. I wonder if that's, is that the... Where am I at here? Oh. Okay. Where's the settlement? Well, if I see a Rex, that's not going to be good. But I do have slugs, so I think I'll be okay. I guess I'm going to be fighting my way back. Oh, there is a Rex. Can you believe that? Oh boy. Well, I guess I'm going to get him with slugs. I got to see where my cover is here before. He's close. I don't have too many places I can go here. Wow. Wow. He's coming up here. Wow. I guess I gotta go over here. Oh, there's two. Wow, two. I gotta get up in the woods. Wow. Two. Oh my goodness. Really? Wow. Where am I? I gotta get up here. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, none of these trees have holes. Can you believe it? Whew. Did I miss him? This is not good. I don't know where that other one is. He's behind that tree, I guess. Where is it? I don't know if I got it or not. This one gonna attack me? No. It's stuck on the hill. There's the other one over there. Yeah, it's stuck down there. Killing its spine. Hello. Got that one. Okay, this one's about to die. Blow out the spine. Whoa! There you go. Yeah. Blew out the spine. Hope I don't crash. Yeah, look at that. Bam-o. Three neck, one neck bone, one spine, one heart, one spine, two skull. This one was a little bit cleaner, although I was kind of shooting her from far behind, from far away. Yeah, 3 shots. 3 body, 2 heart, 1 stomach. So she was bleeding out the whole time, basically. And that one shot just took it out. 63-36. Wow, it's a pretty big one. Okay, now I have to fight off the Utah. Gots to fight off the Utah. Not bad. 2 wrecks. Alright, I gotta go back and get my body. I'm gonna have to fight my way through a bunch of Utahraptors. See, these guys can distract you from the bigger guys. So you have to be real careful. I got off track there, didn't I? Come on. Yep, we're almost here. Look at this. Gotta get ready for heavy hostilities over here now. I gotta get across the way. So I gotta find my way down. Now where am I? I guess I'm over there. Yeah, I gotta go up that slope. I guess I can go down here. Although I don't want to fall down and kill myself again. That's not really in the plan. Always make sure you have at least half stamina because excuse me. There's a lot of Utah here. Look at this. Wow. Goodness. Now they could be up there in the woods. I mean, but I don't know. Yep, there they are. There's some over there. There's some behind me and some ahead of me. So it's like they're going behind me. I just want to get my body so that I can take care of them. That way when I get off, I'll have my stuff at least. Wow, what is this? Little Velos follow me. He's gonna be a distraction. Oh, is my body here? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I gotta hurry. Gotta get all my important guns and ammo. And then I'm gonna drop my banana suit. Good. Okay. Now I got plenty of ammo. Alrighty. I don't know if I should do this. It's gonna crash eventually. Let me see if I can get their attention now. Should I go after him? Be brave. There's quite a few of them. Oh, it crashed. Man. Well, that's it. Crap. Alright, well, anyway, I guess I'll call it a day. That was gonna be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll try to stream at least once a week, if not more. If you guys want me to stream more of this or whatever, give me your request. I'll see if I can do it. Alright, have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.